Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? It's your goddess, Sniper Janae, aka Goddess Ophiuchus, back with another video. Y'all know how I do. I try to bring it as raw as I can, uncut. So the ponytail's a little shaggy again, y'all. So just don't mind my antennas that are hanging here and there. Um, I'm working on that thing, y'all. So remember that. Don't judge me. I'm sure some of y'all done been there before. But some of y'all there with me, aiming to get rid of that right? It feels so nice outside today where I am. And y'all excuse I got the sun striping me up a little piece. So it's not that. It's like it's the sun, the reflection of the sun. I wanted to talk to you guys on a different topic today outside of the typical intuitive messages that come based off of the self-motivation. And when I talk about a moment about the number 13, okay, and y'all, by all means, I know what I know. No, I do not know all things. I know what I have access to know. By all means, if you feel comfortable enough to drop any information or add any knowledge to whatever you may come across on the video, feel free to do so. I'm working on putting together my channel, so soon, very soon, I will have like contact information for you guys and all like that. But again, so the number 13, right? From a exoteric, exoteric standpoint, it's sometimes deemed derogatory and negative. Stay away from it. It's a frightening thing. It's one of those things that we're more so taught and raised to have that, confirmation, to have like that spooky initiation about it. Is that always the case, or is that the way it was always deemed to be, being that the universe, God, source, even created the frequencies that reflects into numbers, right? So would it really be deemed negative or bad? Oh, excuse me. Lord bless me. Is it really deemed negative? Because at the end of the day, this number is a frequency of the universe, a frequency of the creators, frequency of the Great Mother. Okay. So no, it is not supposed to be. It was not intended to be deemed negative or derogatory. But being that we have this certain sector of individuals, the patriarchal system, okay, putting their spin on things and felt the need to put their spins on things. So at that point, it was deemed, wrong, negative, or derogatory, even though that wasn't necessarily the the ultimate purpose or the universal intention for the creation of certain said frequency. Okay, the esoteric standpoint, which would be the standpoint from where it's more so hidden, it's more so like a need to know basis, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so the esoteric wasn't always so much spoken about in certain locations, in certain places. It wasn't spoken about. Okay. And if y'all see me looking over, I jotted down me some bullet points so that I can make sure that I'm bringing forth the message that Spirit would have me to bring it forth. So just don't mind that, okay? So moving forward, the number 13 in esoteric terms is often associated with change, transformation, and hidden knowledge, okay? The number 13 in numerology and transformation is actually a master number. Okay. And with it being considered to be a master number, it's representing a period of upheaval and change. Okay. So it doesn't mean that it necessarily has to be negative, but there is going to be a standpoint of chaos. Some of you who even know me from like my other channel or whatever, when I was tapping in from a different standpoint, it's like the moral of everything is still the same, which is basically there is no negative and there is no positive from the standpoint that we think of it. Our masculine and feminine is our negative and positive. Okay. So when I say that, and some of you may need to do some inner work on it, or even go do some more even exoteric out research that will also help you to fine tune that esoteric information on it, the number 13. But when it comes to 13, I'm going to explain to you from my standpoint and my learning. Okay. We all, to a standpoint, have 6 higher and 6 lower selves. I have 6 positive, I have 6 negative. Not negative in the term that people explain negative, okay? But I have 6 higher and 6 lower selves. With my 6 higher and my 6 lower, that would be 12, right? Me completing the energy to connect the 2 stages would be 13. So taking my masculine energy and my feminine energy and combining them or merging them or uniting them to be one energy, taking my positive and my negative and uniting them to be one full course, okay? That operates within and out of itself. So again, we do not have the negative and the positive in the standpoint that we have always been told it. I'm from the standpoint or from the terminology that they have, throat chakra clearing, thank you, spirit, from the standpoint that they have always wanted us to understand or believe it from, okay? We have our positive and our negative from a standpoint of a masculine and feminine energy, energetic base, from an energetic standpoint. So I'm aware that energetically I'm masculine and feminine because I've been doing my work to unite or bring into uniting my masculine and feminine energies, my masculine and feminine essence, my left and right brain. My God self, my Satan self. I'm not going to go too far into that right now with y'all though, but you get the drift. Those of you who get the drift, you get the drift. Those of you who it resonates with, always remember, take it to the Most High and your own inner universe. Take it to your inner sanctuary and gain that confirmation. Even though this is a confirmation, if you're watching, this is your confirmation. Okay. In ancient times, we're going to move forward to the next section, y'all. In ancient times, the number 13 was often reflected and connected to femininity, okay? And also the number of the lunar cycles in a year. Okay, so now, some are aware of the 12-month calendar system. At this point, I'm speaking on the 13-month calendar system. Matriarchal, excuse me, that's the one. The matriarchal, I'm speaking from the calendar that is based off of the feminine menstrual cycle, or the lunar cycle, which is based off the femininity and the feminine menstrual periods, okay? You have 13 months at 28 days each. And some, depending on, I don't know who of you all read and so on and so forth, but you also find some of this information to verify or to confirm in the book of Enoch. I will also get the exact location in the book of Enoch for that, and I will drop that information in the description box, okay? You have 13 months. 13, I'm not going to say months, okay? I'm going to say cycles. You have 13 cycles. Each cycle is 28 days long. Okay. 13 times 28 is 364. 13 times 28 equals 364. 13 lunar cycles, or 13 cycles, each 28 days long. 13 times 28 is how much? 364. Okay. Now, even in Christianity, to an extent, my knowledge base and my understanding, Christianity was not even taught and acknowledged back in the days in the way that it is now. It was not used as a tool to control as it is now. It was in the ancient days. It was used as a tool of growth and ascension, spiritual growth, spiritual ascension, reclaiming your full power and reclaiming that your complete essence. Okay. So to those of you who are aware of the Last Supper, I hear some say that it's pretty blatant and plain for them to see within the Last Supper, because we have the 12 disciples, right? And then with the 12 disciples, we have Christ. Okay. Some see 13 there. I'm going to tell you where I can see it. When you have the 12 disciples plus you have Christ, it doesn't take for me to have to get to the to the Last Supper to see that, because it's Christ and the 12 disciples. That's 13. They might not want me to see that way, but that I see it that way. Okay. And that will be Christ with the K, and I'm going to get into that in further information in videos. But just remember that. So when you see the Christ with the K, from my standpoint, it's like, oh my God, what you got going on? You trying to do something to us? No, that's not what that is. Okay. So in Judaism, okay, we have 13 attributes of mercy, representing a transcendent dimension of godliness. Okay? I can't make this up. Y'all, all this stuff y'all can go look up. Y'all can meditate on it. You can look it up however you may wish, but you'll find it. Okay. Gematria. With gematria, if some don't know what the gematria is, we will get in-depth information on gematria and further videos. Right now, that's another tidbit to remember for a later time on the channel. Okay. Excuse me. Gematria and love. Both words, ahava, which is love, and echad, which is one, equal 13. Okay. You also have the angel number 13, which is a sign of spiritual awakening, change, and growth. I also read in a source you can find called the Constantine Sutras, okay? In the occult science of numerology, it is said that he who understands the number 13 will be given power and dominion. It is a number of upheaval given. it is a number of upheaval and destruction, a symbol of power, which, if wrongly used, will wreak havoc and destruction upon himself. I don't know what y'all get from that, but that doesn't tell me don't touch it, that is bad. That tells me that if I'm using it and I'm not using it for the right reasons, for the right purposes, from the right standpoint, then maybe I shouldn't be using it. Not that I should not use it, but if I'm not using it with a just mind, with a just heart, with a just spirit, with a just intention, then I should not be using it. Okay. And there's more. In the Kabbalah, right? I don't know how many of you know are aware of the Kabbalah, but in the Kabbalah, okay, there are three letters that often represent the three mothers: Aleph, Mem, and Shin, which are all considered to be foundational of creation: air, water, and fire. And it's also stated that from these three women, from these three mothers, the three masculine will arise, or they arise. Now, I want to say it was last year? Last year around this time we had a solar eclipse, right? And the energy that I was able to trace across the United States, it was mad wow. But I came up with 3X marks the spot. I gained this from coming across the information of the 1918 eclipse. The 2017 eclipse, and then the 2024 eclipse. All having an interchange with the 2023 eclipse, right? So you got 1918, 2017, 2023, 2024. 1918 went this way, or depending on the way this way. Okay. I want to say it was 2017, 2023, 2024. It gave me 3X marks the spot, right? I came up with the letter Shin in Hebrew, which is the third letter here in this information or in this text, which is also explained to be a letter of one of the mothers. Looks something like this, with the one line crossing over, right? And then the other three extending across from it. So something like an E or a W or an M, depending on the way that you were looking. I was looking at this. This is printout because I even got me like a printout of the map, the United States map, so that I could mark these locations per the crossing paths, per their coordinates or latitude and longitude. And that's how I was able to even trace this stuff down and even gain this information, y'all. Which that's something else, which is like all this stuff that some people are being able to, some of y'all, listen, some of y'all are coming across stuff and y'all are holding it, y'all sitting on knowledge and wisdom. I don't know where spirit just came from with taking over my video, but listen, let me just let them have weight, okay? Y'all are holding information that is valuable to others. You will not receive everything from yourself. You will be given gifted. You are gifted. We are gifted. We are given access to certain things, right? We have to break that mold from being so afraid to speak up on things because of the way they may sound. This same area where I found this X marks the spot, is 3 of them, ironically, is along the Mississippi River, which when I was doing studies on the tectonic plates, it was explained to at one point in time be an ocean that formed up in the middle of Gaia, and then she closed up. Oh my Jesus! The womb standpoint closed up. These chickens out here fighting, y'all. Listen, I got chickens in my yard, y'all. Let me not get too. The chickens in my yard, and they've been laying eggs. I've been at this location 4 years. As I feel like I'm ready and I'm finally outgrowing it, right? guess what? Chickens start laying eggs in my yard. Somebody drop me the information down below. Tell me what y'all came across. I know what I came across, but y'all, I'm growing this. I'm attempting to grow this channel with you guys. This is our channel here, so like, I want y'all to drop me some tidbits about that. What y'all know about that? About the roosters dropping the eggs and laying the eggs at my front door. Okay. But yeah, a lot of times, some of us many of us are holding certain said information, valuable information that is like, you're holding it because you're waiting to gain the rest of the information, and that's not how that's gonna go. You gain what you gain, you share what you know you're nudged to share, so that the rest of the collective can join you in piecing this thing completely together. Okay.